My grudge with Nasiru's statements is that he was part and parcel of APC from 2013. Like he told you, he was one of the architects of it all. All of a sudden, to come and absolve himself and call others. No, Nasiru is part and parcel of all that has been going on. You can only have the right leaders when you have them truly elected. So long as people will steal an election, so long as people will capture a nation, you will never have security.
The political space is on fire right now, and trust me, this one is far from over. Nigerians are beginning to ask the big questions. Why? Why are we going through all this, and why do we deserve it? Just 2 days ago, El-Rufai sat down for a live interview that shocked the entire nation. In that interview, he dropped a bombshell accusing the federal government of sponsoring bandits. Yes, you heard that right. Former governor, live on national television, boldly claiming that the government itself is empowering the very people terrorizing innocent Nigerians. That statement sparked massive controversy online. People are now asking, is this true? Because when you look at the level of insecurity in this country, when lives are lost daily, when communities are displaced, claims like this are not something to joke about. According to many Nigerians reacting online, the bigger question is, why has the federal government not responding firmly to this? No press briefing, no denial back with facts, not even a legal action against El-Rufai for making such a weighty allegation. Silent at a time like this spark louder than words. Take a look at the video.
What I will not do, okay, is to pay bandits, give them monthly allowance, or send food to them in the name of non-kinetic. It's nonsense. We are empowering bandits. It's not the government of Kaduna State. It's a national policy driven by the Office of National Security Advisor, and Kaduna is part of it. Many states are objecting to that, but that is the policy now. Kiss the bandits. That's the new policy. My position has always been the only repentant bandit is a dead one. Let's kill them all. Let's wipe them. Let's bomb them until they are reduced to nothing. And then the 5% that still want to be rehabilitated can be rehabilitated. You do not negotiate from a position of weakness. You don't empower your enemy. You don't give him money to go and buy more sophisticated weapons. That's why the insecurity problem has not gone away and will not go away as long as this policy continues.
Now, it doesn't even end there because Datti Baba-Ahmed has stepped in and shaken the table even more. Reacting to El-Rufai claims, he went emotional and accused the ruling APC of deliberately using insecurity as both a strategy to grab power and a strategy to remain in power. He didn't stop there. He went further to say that El-Rufai himself was a part of the foundation of this problem because he was a key member of APC from the very beginning. In his words, you cannot call out others today and pretend your own hands are clean when you were part of the system that created the mess in the first place. During that interview, Datti Baba-Ahmed was visibly emotional. You could even see him holding back tears as he spoke about the terrible level of insecurity ravaging the nation. And that moment struck Nigeria deeply because it didn't look like politics anymore. It looked like pain, raw emotion, and frustration over the state of the country. He also reminded everyone that the whole issue of banditry didn't just start today. According to him, it started way back during Goodluck Jonathan's tenure, when the opposition at that time wanted PDP out of power. And now, years later, Nigeria are still paying the price. I'm going to play that clip from Datti Baba-Ahmed so that you can hear him yourself. But before I do, let me just say this. This conversation is not just ending anytime soon. Nigerians are demanding answer, and the political firestorm that has just been ignited may burn for a long time. So what do you think? Do you agree with Datti Baba-Ahmed that insecurity is being used as a political strategy? Or do you think El-Rufai claims are just another political distraction? Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and share so that you can recommend it for us. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. I will be reading every comment and I will be replying to every comment. So take a listen.
You are from Kaduna State, Senator.
This is Shehu.
Oh.
I'm in so much pain. Believe me. Nigeria is a great country, should be a great country, and we have people destroying us by the hour. Insecurity has been part of APC's game. And Nasiru is saying it, and I think he's right. The government has been paying them.
Well, you don't
Last
have
year, this time, I have facts.
No, the government has said no, they are not paying them.
They are paying them because the reaction of ONSA is not disputing what Nasiru has said.
You are inferring that the NSA should arrest Nasiru El-Rufai or collect his statement. But if that happens, there are those in opposition that will say they are going after opposition voices.
There are more ways to counter such a position. I told you about 2015. You see, going after a former Nigerian president, trying to kill him. What does that tell you? Something. Before that, what had happened? After Jonathan won in the Supreme Court, they called for dialogue, and those young men nominated a former Nigerian president who took 3 days to repudiate. After those 3 days, go and plot the graph. You will see that between 2012 to 2014, the spikes of attacks around those villages in the northeast skyrocketed because hunger, lack of medicine. Why? Because somebody had stopped sending the recurrent expenses of those people who used to come all the way to Kaduna, collect, and then go back. And that's how the cycle went. In protest as to why did you call that name, they couldn't bear it anymore and felt by 2014 the best thing was to go and attempt. It failed. We're lucky. They got Jonathan scared. He thought that, oh, if they kill this man, Nigeria will burn. They provided him with additional cars, more money, and it was all about money. It was all about collecting money. The truth is that somebody had gone to North Africa, negotiated with Gaddafi. Gaddafi, who is was an international terrorist, all over the world, from the far west to the far east, said, I will help you, like I've been doing. I heard there are some young men. There are plans to kill Gaddafi, not in the palace coup, but through uprising. If it fails and you become president, I will retire to your country if you become president. If it doesn't fail, right now, he wanted to create a buffer. So he sent Saif al-Islam, go on YouTube and find out, to Niger with money, cash, millions of dollars in his boot, to recruit Tuaregs to go and fight in Libya. Sent his former general to Mali. Why you still have insecurity in Mali? In Nigeria, they give crazy amount of money to that gentleman. Go and help these people with the intention of bringing them to fight in Libya. When Gaddafi died, they sat on the money. They kept on with the recurrent until after mentioning the name, and then they stopped sending the money. They became, now all these things are linked. They wanted Nigeria to burn if Buhari did not become president in 2015. I contested alongside Buhari for Senate. I contested for Senate in 2011. You have it on YouTube. He said, blood, soaked in blood, the baboon and the... Ever since he made that comment, I refused to go and campaign with Buhari. Refused completely. It didn't matter if I lost the Senate seat. I won it eventually. Insecure for a former president to say, you soak in blood. And then there was, Kaduna is my state. There was serious violence in Kaduna. Many houses were burnt. Emir's houses in Ongwansariki, Demna Abba had their houses burnt and all that, simply because of a statement. They went and brought in people from those neighboring places in readiness to remove Jonathan by all means. So the desperation of people to get Jonathan out of power has built up and added to what we call insecurity in Nigeria today.
So you're inferring that all what we have seen over the last few years as insecurity is orchestrated?
Of course.
And it's political?
Of course. Last year around this time.
This narrative.
Last year around this time. Whatever I tell you, I'll try to give you evidence. Last year around this time, we were just negotiating the release of our own nephew. And when he came out, what he said is not much different from what Nasir El-Rufai is saying. They complained that, and this young man is alive. He could come here tomorrow and you interview him. He's alive now in Zaria. He's alive. That, look, they're not making much money relying on these handouts from government. Each time they go out to operate, they make more money, like he does in their hand. We kept negotiating. He's alive and he can come to this and sit with you, Sheron Akimbaloyi, and you interview him. This is a fact. But my grudge with Nasru's statements is that he was part and parcel of APC from 2013. Like he told you, he was one of the architects of it all. All of a sudden, to come and absolve himself and call others. No, Nasiru is part and parcel of all that has been going on. We suffered, we are victims of Nasiru's misrule in Zaria. Go back December 2015, when a war was supposed to have been won in the Northeast. What business, what military and strategic business did an army chief have to come to Zaria for a convocation, not of NDA, graduation of recruits, privates, choosing to follow the route where the Shiites were holding? All these things were orchestrated. They knew the exact hour, the exact minute that he was coming to pass, because they had the technology. And 800 people were killed because they wanted to raise down the temple that was built. These things were carefully doctored and orchestrated.
Now, let's really sit back and think about what all this means. If a former governor like Nasir El-Rufai can boldly say on live television that the federal government is sponsoring bandits, then what does that say about the system we are living in? For years, Nigerians have cried out about insecurity, about killing, kidnapping, village being wiped out, and now, instead of solution, we are faced with accusation coming right from the inside. Think about it. If El-Rufai is strong, then the federal government should have no problem coming out with facts, with evidence to prove him wrong. But if he's right, then Nigerians deserve to know the truth, because this is not politics anymore. It is life and death. Datti Baba-Ahmed's reaction takes even deeper. His claim that insecurity is a political strategy of APC, both to take power and to hold on to power, has opened another wound. And when you watch his body language, when you hear his voice crack, you know it is not just politics talking. That was emotion, frustration, and even anger. It shows that this matter has eaten deep into the soul of this country. And you know what? Nigerian online are not fool. They are asking the real questions. If El-Rufai was once part of the APC government, why is he speaking now? Why didn't he say all this when he was still in power? Is this confession coming too late? Or is it just an attempt to wash his own hands while pointing fingers at others? See, this is where the conversation becomes very important for us as citizens, because insecurity has no party color, whether APC, PDP, or Labour Party. The truth is, Nigerians are the ones paying the price. Farmers can't go to their farm, children can't go to school, families are torn apart by kidnapping, the economy suffers every single day, and yet the people who are supposed to protect us are busy trading blames. Let's not forget this crisis didn't start today. Datti Baba-Ahmed reminded us that it began during the Goodluck Jonathan era, when the opposition was desperate for PDP to leave power. If that is true, then insecurity has always been a political weapon in Nigeria. And that is the most dangerous truth of all, because once violence becomes a political tool, the people are the ones who will always bleed. So the question now is, what happened next? Will the government finally address El-Rufai accusation head on? Will they investigate? Will they prove him wrong? Or will they keep quiet and allow Nigerians to keep guessing? And as for Datti Baba-Ahmed, do you think he's genuinely speaking from pain? Or is he also playing the politics of opposition? These are hard questions, but they are the questions we must keep asking until the answer comes. Because insecurity is not a North or South issue. It is not a Muslim or Christian issue. It is an issue of Nigerians. Until our leaders stop playing politics with people's life, the suffering will not end. So I am leaving you with this. Do you believe El-Rufai claimed that the federal government is sponsoring bandits, or do you think this is just another political drama? And do you agree with Datti Baba-Ahmed that insecurity is APC's strategy to gain and hold on to power? Let's talk in the comment section. Don't hold back. Your voice matters. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video so that more Nigerians can join the conversation.